We're back in our blush silk charmeuse. Yay!
I'm extremely happy to be here.
Are you?
I'm so happy to be here.
I
I
love
don't
my garment.
I don't know why they brought me back, but if I have to work with Logan, I promise you it's going to be a nightmare.
See, the scenario really should have been the opposite way around, but I love that you're
It's,
claiming him. I'll take that.
it's ginger swapping here. We're ginger swap because
A complete swap.
look
Complete
because
swap.
absolutely because who cares about roles or
I
gender
don't
roles?
even remember his name. I'm gonna be honest with you in
Keith,
this
I
moment.
remember his
No.
name. It's Keith, and Keith was
Anyway.
and Keith was correct. But I've never agreed with the white man before like that. But I agreed with this white man against this beautiful black queen because Terry was a nightmare. But we'll talk about it.
He was correct in his thoughts and absolutely incorrect in the way he went about it. For me.
We'll talk about it.
We sure will. Hello, hello, hi. Welcome to the Cup TV, part of the Currently Unnamed Podcast Network, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. I am drinking water because guess what? Still recovering from heat stroke. It's not fun. It's really not fun. It's really not fun. But because I need to be hydrated today, I am drinking an Ardor Energy, not sponsored, but I would love that. It's caffeinated seltzers, so they don't really so it's cucumber mint, and it's gorgeous, and it caffeinates you. And they were on sale at Whole Foods again, so I bought 6 of them.
That actually sounds delicious.
They have their pink grapefruit is really good. The Mexican lime one that they have is really good. It's a very subtle flavor. It just tastes like a regular seltzer, like a LaCroix that you would get, but it's got a ton of caffeine in it. So not spawn, but I would.
We would appreciate it if we were. But I mean, sure. It sounds yummy. Look, and I usually don't think some of your fruit funny fancy schmancy drinks sounds that good.
Well, mind you, I've still got my Ghost Energy Sour Patch Kids can right here. That one is a little off the wall sometimes, but especially with my stomach still being a little bleh. I was like, this feels like a lovely option. So
it sounds lovely. And hi, everybody. I am Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Her, and you know what? I might be feeling a little evil today. I don't know. I feel maybe a little particularly evil today, but it's okay. We'll see how this recording goes. I am drinking water because water hydration is important, and I like water. And yeah, but if I was drinking anything else, I got to go through all of the stuff here that I have to grab. But I will be drinking out of my cup. Ooh, panel full of cup, panel full of cup. Boom.
boom.
I should stop that. But yeah, and I put these in here. But yeah, you can get your cup mug or any of the shoelaces, by the way, that I'm stuffing.
Love it.
In there. But you can get your cup mug or any of our cup merch at lanagscreations.etsy.com. And if you haven't checked out the Etsy shop in a while, you should go check it out because we've got some new things in there. T-shirts and fanny packs all made it to the Etsy shop. So get your cup merch at the merch shop, Etsy.com. And we do ship domestically here in the US and Canada and Mexico. And we do ship internationally. So there are no excuses. Get your cup merch.
Purr. Well, we have finally made it back, Lana.
Yes.
We finally made it back to Project Runway.
Yes.
We did over half of the season and then said life got life in.
Yeah, life kicked our butt. Let's just say
It really has, yeah.
it literally has been kicking our butt for a while. And so we had to deal with life, deal with that, and then finally, and we had to put some things on the back burner because we had a whole lot going on plus life, and so we had to prioritize what was the most things that time sensitive things. And this is a rebuild, and pretty much if you haven't watched Project Runway already, these seasons, these are years and years ago. So we had to make prioritize, and it's okay. But you know what? We're getting back on track. Life is still lifing, but things are slowing down and it's opening up our schedules a little bit more. And we're back to giving you Project Runway on a
Thank
weekly
goodness
basis.
for that.
I missed it though. I really did.
I do too.
This is one of the projects the podcast that we do that I really don't care if anybody watches it or listens to it. I just like talking about it. So
I do too.
And I love talking about it with you. So it's great.
Yay. Yeah, no. I've loved going through it. If you're unaware, we have gone back and covered seasons 1 through 4 as well. We did get to talk about Andre, the Red Lobster, Andre. And then all of Christian Siriano's madness last season. But we are on season 5. We have covered the first 8 episodes of season 5, so go check those out. Dig a little deeper in the channel, you'll find them. But today we're talking...
It's all in the playlist. Just go hit the Project Runway playlist. You'll see everything.
You'll see the development of when we didn't know how to do this at the start, and then now we kind of know what we're doing with the Project Runway a little bit. So
absolutely.
Yes, we're talking about episode 9 and 10 today. Mm-hmm. We've got an astrological challenge and a makeover. Ooh. So we're going to talk about both of those episodes. Before we do, though, make sure to subscribe if you have not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things TV. We got a lot of fun new TV stuff coming very, very shortly, so make sure to check out all of that. We'll be around doing TV stuff, and we've got 3 other channels as well with content coming out. Usually, Eurovision doesn't have a whole lot right now, but you can check out the description below for all of our YouTube channel links, our audio podcast links, and our membership channel links for exclusive content and early access. So, Lana, let's dive into this first episode. We're going to talk about episode 9. Yes. We come off of Stella's elimination.
Stella.
No more leather. No more leather, Lana. Lana, there's no more leather.
No
leather, Lana. But don't worry, because we get a whole dose of Stella in this episode too. So our theme is what? Just when you thought you couldn't get,
you were getting rid of Stella,
and everyone else, because all of the other eliminated designers, walk in onto the runway. We find out that they are working in pairs. Though I did love that Heidi made it immediately clear that none of them were coming back to the competition.
Right, don't worry. Don't you worry, they're not coming back. Like, oh, well. I know they were all like, well, F my drag. I just think, thanks, Heidi, to play us like dog. But Hallie was like, no. You are not coming back, but what you are doing is helping. So, be the help. I was like, ooh.
Well, definitely. We then go to Tim in the workroom, and that's where we find out that the challenge is actually working in pairs, and you're going to be working off of one person's astrological sign.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick either person in the team, but I'm pretty sure they just went with everyone who was still in the competition.
No, because
there was one that didn't. I don't remember who it was.
It was Keith and Terry. They went off of Keith's sign
because he's a Leo,
right? And
Terry's a
like,
Libra,
and she didn't want to do the scales and things of that, and so she.
Well,
did
plus
that.
there was already a Libra, so like I get or there were already 2 Libras, so it was better to kind of try to like diversify that,
right? And I think
Jerry was Emily, a Libra too, I believe.
Emily and Leanne chose Emily's Scorpio.
Oh yeah, because she's a Scorpio.
Yes. So yeah, that's what it was.
And honestly, so the teams are chosen at random.
Mm-hmm.
So we end up with Blaine with Stella. Jarrell gets Jennifer. Joe gets Daniel, who we didn't hear from at all in this episode.
Good.
I was like, Daniel did not say a damn word, and I was like, thank God for it, because
I mean, I'm so very happy, because honestly, I did not need to hear Daniel talking about how exquisite his taste is.
I didn't either. You have Kenley and Wesley.
Mm-hmm.
Cateau gets Kelly, and she is thrilled because Kelly, I think, is the only person there with a challenge win.
Absolutely.
So she's got a good person behind her. Leanne, like we talked about, gets Emily. Suede is then left with Jerry. Jerry's the last person in the bag, and then Terry gets Keith. And I love Project Runway editing, where they go, we see Terry in confessional saying, if I get paired with Keith, it's not going to end well. Terry, your partner is Keith. I'm like, yeah, well, Terry's going home. Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Should we just dive to the Terry and Keith?
Absolutely, because this is what I want to talk about. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So we touched on it at the start. I think we both agree for sure that Terry was definitely in the wrong for not listening at all to what Keith had to say. Not
listening, not including, making statements like he should just count the pins that falls to the floor. That's as useful as he could be for her. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think there's a lot of ways that she could have incorporated him in. Mm-hmm. I also want to point out the fact that the comments that Keith was making were also not the most, for me, he's not innocent in this either. I gotta be honest. Just because I feel like a few of the comments that he made kind of came out of left field, didn't feel the most, didn't feel the most racially sensitive. I'll say that.
What did he say?
I don't. I'm literally gonna go look through the episode, because there was something that was said. I don't remember what was said, but it was something, and I was like, I took it weirdly, and I didn't like what he said, but I don't remember what it was. So let me try to go do some looking really quick on that. Okay, so I went and looked. We did pause our recording. I went and looked. I'm not finding anything, so I'm going to retract that statement. The only thing that Keith said was, wow, what a fucking nightmare, in reference to Terry. So I don't think anything bad was said. I just don't like Keith. I still don't like Keith. But I don't think Terry's treatment of the whole situation was, because when they had a partner challenge earlier in the season, who was she working with? I have the wiki.
I think it was Keith.
Was it Keith?
I think it was Keith.
Suede. No, it was Suede. And they worked very well together. They worked really, really well together. So that makes sense. They both operate in a very similar mind, because that was for the Lipstick Jungle Challenge, and I think we did like their look.
Yeah, we did. We did.
So that makes sense. I get that. just that energy is not working. Because they also had their, like, tiffs during the time that Keith was in the competition. So it makes sense. But, yeah, Terry just... Especially using his damn astrological sign. You're not even going to listen to him?
I mean, I just found it weird at first. Like, I think she came into the whole thing with the wrong attitude about if it's him, it's just gonna be terrible, blah blah blah. And she didn't even attempt to try to include him in anything. She didn't want his help with anything. She didn't want his opinion on anything. And so when he was like, "Okay, fine," and left, I blame him. I didn't blame him at all. I would have left too. I mean, like, you want to do this by yourself, girl? Be my guest. I will sit there and wash my whole hands of all of this because she obviously did not understand the assignment, because the assignment was a collaboration, and in fashion and in any industry, really, you have to know how to collaborate with people in order to be successful. And like, I felt like she wouldn't even fathom the idea of of collaborating with him at all. And look, I am not the biggest Keith fan and thinking his fashions are so amazing, but some of the things he was trying to tell her was factuals. Like, and then she found out the hard way that, oh, maybe that wasn't right, and I should change some things. And then you change it to something that even worse than what it was before. It was just like, nah. Yeah, I didn't, and y'all know me, y'all. If you've watched any show that I have been a part of, I always root for everybody black, but I am also root for the side of right. And in this case, my girl was wrong. She was completely wrong in this case, and got her comeuppance, and I'm not really that mad at it.
I'm not mad at it either, even though I really do like her. I like Terry a lot, but
what was right is right, and what is wrong is wrong.
Yeah. So, honestly, none of the other teams worked badly together.
No, everybody kind of got along.
Everyone was good. I love that the universe ended up putting Blaine and Stella together. Like,
there's two wackadoos that just need to be together.
Everyone kind of got the right person for them, and then Terry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, honestly, I feel like you probably could have switched Suede's and Terry's, and I honestly feel like both of their garments might have ended up better.
Maybe.
But yeah, so this was also a 2-day challenge.
Yes.
And so on the morning of day 2, they come into the workroom and find a note from Heidi saying, hey, you're going to be presenting your looks for some special guests at 8 p.m. tonight. So not only do they not have a full second day, but now they have to have their looks done by 8. I think, if I remember right, I think they started their days at 8.
Mm-hmm.
I think I read somewhere that it was like an 8 a.m. start day if it was a second day challenge kind of situation. Right. So they essentially had 12 hours basically to finish the garment.
Right.
So they're doing all of that. It is pandemonium.
Insanity.
Absolute pandemonium. But then we go to the American Museum of Natural History, which I thought was very, very cute.
Cute.
And our special guests are just a bunch of former Project Runway designers. Most importantly, Christian Siriano and Cara Jenks. And I was like, yes! Jay Carroll was there as well. Love Jay. Robert was there. Daniel Vosovic was there. I was like, you're okay. Allison was there. And Carmen, who I think she was an early out on one of the seasons, but we liked her.
I liked Carmen.
They said, hey, all call. Which alums live in New York City?
Right. And who could be here at 8 o'clock?
Who could be here at 8 o'clock for some free alcohol?
Or
Free alcohol, and you get to critique looks at your will.
Absolutely.
I sure would.
I would have showed up. I would have showed up in a heartbeat. Like, yep,
I absolutely would have.
Me, I'm here. Oh, that's fun. I would have definitely been a part of that. Like, yep, I'm all about that. But they showed up at this party. Party looks great. Everybody is there. Here's the thing. Some people's outfits just were not going to be finished in that 12-hour time span that they had. They just didn't. So my lovely girl Cato literally pinned this dress on this girl and had it all pinned. But it looks like what the dress would look like once she sewed it. So it looked good.
We'll talk about the photo where it looks the same.
Absolutely. And so it looks fine. And some people had some other problems, but this was a challenge.
This is where I think this is the first time where we really see Kenley finally feeling comfortable enough in the competition to stand her ground. Now, is it a good thing? No. As we'll see, this is the start of the decline of Kenley. Lana and I are very excited to get to next week's episode because we are both excited to talk about the hip hop challenge. But we have to wait. Yes. But this is where like Heidi is going on and on about the bustier in her dress and it being too low, which it was. I did also understand Kenley's point though of like my model doesn't have boobs. Like and as for someone who is a younger designer, like that might like creating that illusion within the garment might be a bit of a like harder thing for her to do. But she's like, no, Heidi, no. And I'm like, girl, you're talking back to Heidi? You're talking back to Heidi Klum, the host of the damn show.
And judge? Host and judge? Okay.
Well, she wasn't deciding the winner this week, so I guess Kenley didn't care.
I guess.
She should have. But yeah, and then we find out that the Project Runway alums are the ones that are going to be deciding the winner of the challenge. I thought that was cute.
I thought it was cute too. I thought it was cute.
Yeah. Trust in the people that have already gone through the process.
Absolutely.
I just wish they had
designers.
Oh, absolutely. And they're all designers in their own right. I wish they had given them better lighting for it, though. That's the only thing, because I think if it was in like runway lighting, I don't know that the person that won would have won. Because in a lower light, like I feel like some details, and it's not to take away from spoiler, Jarrell. It's not to take away from Jarrell's garment, because we'll talk about it, and I do like it. But I think some of the details in a couple of other looks might have stood out a little bit more if they had been seen like in a normal lighting scenario.
I get it. I feel like they should have had a little mini runway show for the designers.
Some of them did. Like, I remember, I think it was Jay. Jay kept going around and be like, okay, walk for me. And they would do like a little one because they were all kind of spread out amongst this planetarium, which love this.
Lovely.
Like, can we do, I understand that we do Bryant Park and like Bryant Park is lovely. And I think they switch it from Bryant Park to something else later on. But I'm like, can we do some fun? Like I don't remember whether they get to this point at all, but I would love some like Project Runway challenges a la America's Next Top Model. Because my favorite part of America's Next Top Model challenges were when they would make the girls walk through like the dumbest things. Like walking through a full table. Like a fully set dinner table. Like, that's fun. Or, like, at least giving a bit more uniqueness with where the designs are being shown off. So, like, have them walk the planetarium. Like, I think that would be a cute thing to do.
I mean, I think they have done that later. I know for this past, most recent season, season 20 that I watched. They did seasons. They did runways in a high school. They did runways in a park where it was raining. They did so I think they have now done that and started doing runways in different locations, so it fits the theme that they're going with, instead of saying, oh, okay, this is a school theme or prom
Right.
theme, and then we're still on the runway. If the runway is at the school, or the runway is the track, or the runway is,
And that might
whatever.
just be one of those changes that have been made since, Heidi and Tim
Yeah,
left.
maybe.
Like that might be
Maybe.
one of those things.
Maybe.
Because I know for the longest time they wanted the show to be thought of as like a professional thing. And I
Mm-hmm.
think now there's enough what is the word I'm thinking of? It's a legal term. Precedent. There's enough precedent for Project Runway being a professional show that like they can be a bit more unique with the way that they present things.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but speaking of presentation, shall we talk about some looks?
We should definitely talk about it.
Wonderful. Yeah. What's your sign? Lana, what would you do?
Gemini, because I am a Gemini.
Well, yes, but what would you do for your design?
It will be a two-toned look.
Okay.
Or of a like an ombre look, where it starts off in a bold color and goes down into a very lighter shade color. And
cute.
So that will be the basis of my garment. But then I don't know if I would want like hard, or maybe hard at the top, soft at the bottom, but something of duality is what I would have done for my look. I don't know exactly what the design would be, but it would definitely be a duality tone thing.
Cute.
What would you have done?
Well, I'm a Taurus sun. I feel like I would go fully like I want to represent like my big three in one look, but I feel like that's probably too many concepts because none of them are the same. So I'm a Taurus sun. The colors that are most commonly associated with Taurus is green and pink, and I love that combination together. So I would probably do something like flowy. I would maybe lean into like some nature stuff. So I would do like potentially an emerald silk charmeuse gown.
Ooh.
Potentially speaking. Yeah, honestly, I kind of like that. I like a bit more of like a flowy design. I would want something structured, so maybe like a structured bodice with like a flowy skirt situation, some big like puffy sleeves. Definitely incorporate a pink, but I would want it to be more like a blush pink. So that way it's not like too dramatic and overpowering against, because I would want like the emerald green to be kind of the focal color. Maybe add in a bit of like white, maybe do some sort of like foliage situation, like a flora kind of like top situation, something like that.
Okay.
But like flowy but structured green pink. That's kind of the idea I'm going for. So, Per, what's your sign? I figure we just gotta get Kenley's out of the way. Cause I'm gonna be honest, I don't hate this.
It's giving me very Mickey Mouse.
Yes.
But this is an avant-garde challenge.
Yes.
So it's not horrible.
No.
I just feel like it's too many ideas in one that I don't like.
I don't get Aquarius from this.
No.
Because I had to go back and look, because I was like, oh, was she doing like an earth sign or something? No, she's fully doing Aquarius. The color scheme for me doesn't give Aquarius. The design does, though. I like that everything is a bit more rounded. I love, like, leather corset up. I am obsessed with this look. And then the floral skirt is not bad. And I don't mind them together. I just would have loved something a little bit different.
Yeah. It's the in between for me. Not a hate, but not a...
Yeah.
I absolutely love this. Like, I'm not...
Her low safe placement was very valid.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Guys.
62.
I really like the top, so I'm going to give it a 70.
Okay.
Next up is Cato. Cato was also doing Aquarius, and this feels more Aquarius.
Yes.
And I think a lot of it for me comes down to the color palette.
It's the color palette as the flowiness. It's giving me water sign. It's giving me it's giving, because I feel like Aquarius, the sign of it all is like the very hippie, flowy, kind of free spirited type of people. And I feel like this dress is giving me very free spirit, very carefree, very flowy, very aquatic, which Aquarius is literally in the word.
Right.
And so it definitely gives that for me. I kind of really enjoyed the skirt part of this more than I enjoyed the top part of it, but I enjoy it.
I like that there's the juxtaposition between this kind of like the bands that she's got going on at the top and then the flowy skirt. The skirt is my favorite part of this for sure. I think the top could have been draped in a different way. I feel like there's maybe one or two too many bands. Like I would have loved some like crisscrossing in the middle, but then like maybe have just bands going down the arms or something like that, just to still give it a little bit of structure. But overall, I'm not mad at this at all. I think it's a really successful look from Cato.
Agreed.
Scars.
I would give it a 75.
I'll give it an 80.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is Terry.
This is not cute. No. And here's the thing. She changed this red whatever thing that is because Christian, she originally had a faux fur jacket.
Yep.
And Christian said he didn't like it, thought it was too literal, which I understood. So she scrapped it, which I understand. And she made this. And honestly, I don't think it was anything that she could have done because the fabric choices that she picked was very, very cheap looking. Every piece of fabric that she picked was very cheap looking. That gold looks cheap. That suede brown looks cheap. And then this red looks cheap. It just don't do it for me. It didn't do it for me.
I think there's a good concept here. That's what I will say. Because I actually think the concept of this kind of sleeve with the kind of corseting situation top that she made, I really, really like that. It's just the skirt feels like an afterthought, is what it is. I wish it was, honestly, and this would have been very Terry, and they probably would have read her for it. I wish it was pants.
Yeah.
I wish it was pants. Like, I wish it was like a bell-bottom flared pant, because that gives very fire energy. Like, try to take a more simple concept of just this, like, the top with the straps in the middle and then pants, and make it a bit more exaggerated and a bit more fiery in the way that she presented it. I like the styling. I think the hair and the makeup is good with this. I just would have wanted the shoulders to be bigger. Just not this fabric for the pants, though, but like anything else is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a concept here, and I see the direction she was going in. She just needed to listen to Keith. But
a little bit.
Scars.
I would have to give it a 15.
Oh Lord, okay.
I don't
I'm gonna be a bit kinder to it. I'm gonna give it a 43.
It's not good.
But what was good was Jarrell.
See, I didn't get it. Honestly,
Oh,
I
really?
didn't get it. I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all, and I didn't think it was that good. And when they were like, "Jarrell is so great, and he's to win, he won," I'm like, "What?" Ugh. I didn't like it. I wasn't a fan of
Okay.
it. I didn't like. I like the skirt and how it fits her, but I don't like the panels on the side of the skirt. I don't like the shirt. I don't like the way he styled it. I I'm just. It's just so. But the good thing about it is avant-garde, and it's supposed to be avant-garde, and avant-garde is something you just don't see on a regular day-to-day basis, and it's something that is supposed to cause some type of emotion some type of way. And
Yeah.
so for that, I feel like he succeeded. I just don't
Mhm.
get it. But
That's fair.
if they get it and they love it, I love it for them.
I like this. I think it's a well constructed garment. I love this high waisted maxi skirt. Like I think that's my favorite part in this fabric. I really enjoy it. I like the top with it. I like it. It's a jacket she's holding, right?
Mm-hmm,
That's what it
mm-hmm,
was. I think
mm-hmm.
that really brings it all together for me personally. I don't necessarily think it's my favorite. My scores might say otherwise, but I I like it. I don't know that I necessarily get it, but I like it. And I think the styling works with it too. It gives this kind of, serene but still energetic kind of demeanor with the way that she presented it. I think it's good overall.
Okay.
No one blew me away with this challenge. I got to be honest. No one was like, "Oh my god, I'm going to remember this look for the rest of time."
Right. I agree.
But I thought a lot of people did pretty well with it. So, scores, Lana.
50 because I appreciate the purpose. I just
Okay.
didn't like the execution. Well,
Okay, fair.
I think it's tailored well, but I just don't like the what the garment looks like.
I'm gonna give it an 83.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ. I don't know what this was. I don't know what
No.
this is. I don't
No.
know. No, absolutely not. I was like, it,
No.
it,
No.
you know what? I have nothing to say. I will not be scoring this.
I have something to say. Why the hell you put. Okay, when he explained this concept to Tim, I was like, this is such a cute concept. Because I get it. I'm a Libra rising, so I do understand that we're a little bit more reserved, but once you get to know us, we like explode all of our like true colors out. And I was like, that is such a gorgeous idea. I really like the direction he's going with this. And then he just crumpled up some tulle and put it on the side of his garment. Like that does not a fashion moment make. Like I can't know. If
Mm.
here's what I was thinking. I needed this to be like a mid runway reveal. You start out in something better than this.
Mm-hmm.
But like this sort of concept with, and I do like the leather that Stella did over the top of it. I think there's a couple of weird fit things, but like overall, I think the harness that she's got on is fine. But I would have loved something a bit more minimalistic, a bit more like kind of neutral tone situation, and then have some sort of reveal or adding an addition to the garment where like you can still see the like base neutral tone garment in it, but have those explosions of color come out.
Mm-hmm.
The way that I'm thinking about it, and I'm excited to talk about this challenge later. I don't remember what challenge it is, but there is a Project Runway challenge where the task is like they literally have to walk under a
Water.
rainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
It's from one of the earlier seasons.
Yeah, and they had and it actually changed colors, right?
Yeah, it's like the color changing garment. That, like something like that, maybe, or like an explosion of tulle coming out of the sides. I don't know. That might be a bit costumey, but like that's kind of the area that I would want it to go.
I would have rather seen it more like neutral. That's neutral color in the front, and then all the color explosion in the back. Where it
Oh,
would have been
totally.
like, it would have been like very much like even just like the whole part in the front, uh, business in the front, part in the back type of deal. It would have gave the
Hmm.
same unbalanced type of like you just get to know us and
Yeah.
then we'll party, going forward from there. It just
Yeah.
to me this just felt like you just added tool to the side and you put and then this color of like I think Heidi said it looked like granny panties. It's just like
Hmm.
the fabric you chose just doesn't work. And then you didn't even placing that tool in between her legs like that and coming out her butt and it just looks weird. It just the concept is fine. It's just the delivery of it was not.
Not it for me, dog.
No.
I will not be scoring this look either.
Yeah,
No. I'm going to score this look a 20. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I think Stella's leather looks very nice.
it just her leather is nice and she did a good job. It's sucked in by the foolishness that is this beige brown monstrosity, and then it just no. I'm not. I will keep it to myself.
Fair enough. Next up is Joe.
I didn't hate this. I didn't hate this.
So this is actually my favorite look of the night.
Me too.
I do not feel like Joe got the recognition for this. And I have not always said that Joe deserves recognition for these looks. Because let's be honest, he should have gone home on that Olympics bullshit challenge.
Oh, I think he had one of the better ones. Because no, he had the sport. No, he was good in the Olympic one.
No, he won that challenge. Never mind. What challenge am I thinking of?
He should have went home on that oh gosh, I know
the drag queen challenge.
The drag queen challenge. No, he won that. He absolutely won that one. He had the pink
won
one.
That?
Yeah, he had the pink navy.
Oh no, he had Follow Jean Merman. Who the fuck am I thinking about?
No, Joe should have went home on it was a very earlier challenge.
Joe.
It was
I don't even remember. Was it literally the last challenge? No, it was last week. The 007 challenge when Stella went home.
Oh, yeah. And I was like, oh.
He should have got home that one. I'm glad he didn't. Because this is
gorgeous.
I haven't always loved what Joe has presented. But this is so good.
This is good. This is gorgeous. It fits her so good. The colors are everything. And I love the jacket and then the sleeves on that jacket or whatever. It's just, and it made sense when he was like the fire sign that he chose. I was like, this looks like fire. This was, it was good. It was really good. I enjoyed this one. This one was actually my favorite look of the night.
Yeah, this was definitely my favorite. And it comes down to, really, this challenge for a lot of people came down to fabric choice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think the fabrics that he chose here were so exquisite. I love this neck piece going on. I love the fully exposed chest with the simplistic top with all of the ruching. David, if you're listening, this is ruching.
He's not.
This is ruching. He's not listening to this.
He's not listening.
Well, he might be listening, but he's not going to watch it. David, this is ruching.
All right.
He'll
say it just looks like ruffles. You know he would.
I know he would. Scores.
I gave this a 90. I thought this.
You know what?
Good.
You know what?
Do it. You gonna give it?
I'm gonna do it. He's gonna get a fall. He's gonna get a fall because I forgot when I watched this episode how much I enjoyed this look. And I'm looking at it again, and even down to the styling. Period. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it because Joe is not with us much longer, but
T.
And I feel like he deserves his flowers when he deserves them. So yeah.
Honestly. You better work, Joe.
Work. This is beautiful.
Work, Joe.
Oh.
Next up is Suede.
I felt like I was very shocked this was Suede.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was very shocked this was Suede because I'm like, Suede, you've done so much better than this. Like,
Yeah.
these were this is this was not avant-garde. This was, like they said, this was off the rack and not good off the rack. It was just boring. And genie pants? Really? Genie pants?
I
In
don't
that
hate a genie pant.
in that fabric though? Come
Sure.
on. Genie pants in that fabric where it's gonna look all types of wrinkled every step of the way. Like, he's giving us silk charmeuse, but genie pants? Look how wrinkly them pants and that shirt look. It's just it wasn't good. And I felt like Suede was doubting himself a lot in this episode. And I hated that for him because I'm like, Suede, you can't come in talking about Suede in third person and then doubting yourself and then want to get on him like, well, Suede said and Suede did. Because now you just look delusional and silly. Because you're talking about yourself in third person and you're not even confident enough to get to the point where you can talk about yourself in third person. Like, this was it wasn't the worst, but it wasn't good.
Why do I kind of like it though?
I don't know why you like it.
Honestly, I think it's the color and I think it's the silhouette. I don't think the execution is where I want it to be. But I do like this, like, flowy sheer top with these pants. Like, what was his? Oh, Libra. That's why I like it. Because this is something I would wear. This is something I would wear immediately. Like, obviously better done. But, like, sheer top hair and pant, like, that's my vibe. Like, I would absolutely wear the fuck out of that. But yeah, no. It's not the worst. It's not great though. And I like this color. I like this deep purple that he's got going on. So, but scores.
I'll give it a 45.
I'll give it a 65. And last up is Leanne.
I like this.
Who I also don't think got the recognition that she deserved for this.
Me either.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
It is very cool. I like this a lot.
For the avant-garde-ness of the challenge, maybe I would have given the win to Leanne.
I feel like the only reason she didn't win because it just seems small. And when you're talking
about avant-garde doesn't have to be, it's just out of the box. It doesn't, and I understand that in that time, I feel like if these were judged in 2024 between Jarrell, Leanne, and Joe, I feel like Leanne would get it now because I think now there's a bit more of a minimalist style to the way that people see avant-garde a little bit more. I get why Jarrell won when he did. But I think this was also very worthy.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was good. It was very good. I really, really enjoyed it. And I think for avant-garde, though, I think it just seemed a little too simplistic. And like you say, it doesn't have to be huge and big and crazy, but it has to be something that's outside of the box. And I don't think this was outside of the box enough. But it was still so very cool. And I really, really liked it. Like, for me, between her and Joe, they would have been my winners. Because I thought this was really good. But
yeah. I would have had Joe or Leanne, honestly, with Jarrell and then Cateau would have been my top four. For sure. But yeah, the way that she described this also as like trying to be like an exoskeleton, like I think that, especially because it's Scorpio, like you're getting subtle You're getting subtle, like, Scorpion references from this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm remembering now why she won. Like, I'm remembering again why she won. And I really like it. Yeah, it's a great look. Scores?
I would give it 89 because I gave you a 90.
Okay. Well, I thought you gave him a full.
Oh, well then I will give Leanne a 95.
I'm going to give Leanne a full. Honestly, there's something about this that strikes me in a very interesting way. And I would love, Lana, when we finish this season, to go back and do our personal top 10s of the season, because I think that'd be a very fun exercise to do. Now that I'm thinking about it, because this might be up there. Because I really, really, really enjoy this look. So, boom. That is everybody for this part of the challenge. Well, we've already talked about it at length. Jarrell does win the challenge, which I'm not mad at.
Sure.
I like Jarrell. I'm not mad at Jarrell winning. So, our bottoms end up being Blaine, Stella, Kenley, and Suede. I think
Stella was just to help. She wasn't a part. It was Blaine, Terry, Suede.
I'm so used to putting Stella in the bottom that I'm like, I can't do that anymore. Blaine, Kenley, Terry, and Suede.
Yes.
And in this moment, we do say goodbye to Blairy. We say goodbye to Blairy.
Blairy. Mm-hmm.
Blairy.
Blaine and Terry are Blairy. And deserved, honestly.
Yeah.
They should have gone home at this point.
I found it very interesting that Blaine did not get an individual Avita Thane from Heidi Klum. But Terry did.
Too. Me too.
I thought that was interesting. She was just like, leave.
Like, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I found it
like,
very
okay.
interesting.
But
whatever.
We move to episode 10, where not a whole lot happens either.
No, this one is gonna be so quick because
it's time for makeover. And we get some moms walking out, and everyone's like, oh God, not a mom makeover. Not a mom makeover.
And Jarrell was like, oh, well, we don't see mine or Kato's mom up there, so it's not our mom.
There's no black, so we're good.
They're like, oh, it's not our mom. Because Kato was like, oh, no, it's the moms. Because I saw last season, I don't want to pop off with somebody talking about my mom. And I know that would have been me. Because if they say something about my mama, I'm going off. But they were like, oh, wait, these are not our moms because I don't see my mom or Kato's mom. So whose moms are these? Come to find out, these are moms of the actual makeover chat people who are young ladies who just graduated college and are on their way to become independent women in the workforce. And
so it's time to pick out a custom outfit with your daughter.
Right.
Now, my favorite part of this entire episode is when we are on the runway and they are introducing themselves. Mm-hmm. And I do not remember the daughter's name, but the mom's name I think was like Nancy. And she goes, hi, my name's Nancy. And it's like clear. I can't. Hi, my name's Nancy. It's like clear Long Island or New Jersey has smoked a pack of cigarettes a day for 30 years kind of mom.
Yeah, my name is Nancy.
I was immediately obsessed. Obsessed with this woman. I was like, yes, queen.
A mess. Yeah, that's who Kenley ended up getting, Nancy and her daughter.
Oh, yes, because she got her mini-me.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about Kenley later.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought some of her shenanigans were foolish.
Mm-hmm.
But the person kind of ends up with the problem mom is Leanne.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was like, oh, who's gonna get it? Nope, it's Leanne.
Yeah, like the mom was like, "Oh, makes her boobs look flat. Looks like she didn't have any shape. They don't like this. Can we fix this?" And Leanne was like, "It was because I really think everybody got paired up correctly. I want to say, like, there was nobody who was like having real problems, and even Leanne's problem wasn't as bad as what we usually saw. Like some people, they were like, "Who's gonna get the head of lettuce this year?" Like, who's gonna
Literally,
get?
I was like, don't disrespect Hedda Lettuce like that.
I mean, she was a problem though.
She was
Head
a
of lettuce,
problem, but don't disrespect Hedda Lettuce like that.
she was a problem, and I get it, but it's like, who's gonna get her, or who's gonna get the girl from the prom queen, the prom situation last
Oh my
season?
god.
Like, who's gonna get that? And even like I said, Leanne got it, but it wasn't as bad as that. So she got it easy, and it wasn't anything that she couldn't fix and that she didn't fix. So she was just like, okay, we'll change and see what we could do and figure it out and make it better.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time the daughter came in the next day, the daughter was like, oh, I love it. It's just like, okay, great.
Wonderful.
So
Okay.
it really wasn't a hard thing. I think everybody got paired pretty good with who they were paired with, and it showed.
Yeah, this challenge kind of went off without a hitch for the most part, except for kind of Leanne's partner. So some people did better than others.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about those right now. First up, Jarrell.
This is very professional, and I do like the fact that he mixed the cardigan sweater type jacket with a very classic business suit type deal. It gave us the sense of professionalism with the other sense of fun. Mm-hmm. Like it was professional, casual professional. It was like this cardigan jacket or cardigan sweater jacket type deal with this very professional pencil skirt and a fun flimsy top that is fun and cute and still young and age appropriate, because this girl's 21 years old. She had a complete makeover. I was like, okay, Jarrell, I see you. I thought this was very good.
I also love that she was like, I want to throw a bit of androgyny in there because I'm not like a super girly girl. And I thought overall this was just absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely. It gives her the girly girl, but also the androgyny of it all, because
she was like, I feel cute. And Jarrell was like, well, you are cute, girl. And I was like, you are cute, girl.
I was like, you are. Like, I felt so much for her, because I felt like she never had felt beautiful in the moment or cute. Because, like, well, I don't know. I feel like maybe she felt beautiful when she went to prom, and those moments when you put on a pretty dress and makeup, you feel beautiful in that moment. But I don't know if she ever felt cute, and that's two different things. It's like, I've never felt, when you put something on, you're like, oh, I'm cute. Oh, this is I'm cute, and then you put something on, I'm like, oh, I feel beautiful. She felt professional. She felt cute. She felt grown in that moment. And she felt like an adult. And I was like living for it.
I loved it. I was so happy to see it. Mm-hmm. So happy to see it.
Me too.
Scores for Jarrell.
I am going to give Jarrell his flowers on this one. And I'm going to give it a 93. This is really good.
I'm also going to give it a 93.
Good.
I couldn't find my cursor for a second to move to this abomination.
Oh no.
Lord Jesus, no.
My God, Joe.
This poor baby.
You went from the top of the tops for me to the lowest of lows. Like, this girl
Yeah.
is a graphic designer, and that's what she wants her field to be. And Joe put her in pinstripe skirt and a jacket and a blouse where the boobs don't even match this. Like, it's off kilter. It's just not fitting her correctly. I love her hair though. I'll say the Tresemme people ate the hair up, ate her up. But this jacket suit, like, he was very much in his old fashioned way of a girl's supposed to go to a power suit and she's supposed to wear a suit to interviews and things like that. Not always. She's a graphic designer, and I feel like the graphic design industry is a place where she can show off a different side of fashion and still be hired and professional. This poor baby. This poor baby. She looks 20, she looks 30. And she is 22.
She looks 40.
Oh, I was trying to be nice,
Honestly.
but yeah.
No, I ain't gonna be nice. Joe, I gave you your flowers with that last look. Baby, no.
Yeah, this was not it.
How dare you?
Not it.
And she's complicit in it because she kind of liked it too.
Yeah, I feel like I like it without the jacket. I don't think the jacket off would have made it still look bad to me.
No. He made her a pocket square.
What girl was a pocket square?
You know what I would have done for this? I would have done like a loose flowy top, maybe honestly in that same fabric, because that fabric is cute. Loose flowy top, palazzo pant. That feels very graphic designer because it's still giving with like either this like top fabric, because I do kind of like it. It's like a purple, pink, white stripe situation, right? If I'm seeing it right, like have something like that, loose flowy top, almost like a terry top. Like loose flowy. That's not very Joe, but like that's what I at least would have done with this. And then lose the pinstripe because she didn't love a pinstripe. Maybe do like just like a navy pant with some of that fabric running down, like the same fabric from the top running down the seams on the side.
Right. I mean,
it gives enough visual interest, but she's still professional.
Even if he wanted to do the pinstripe, do that pinstripe in the palazzo pant. Like, give her those in the pants and put like you said, a little trim of that fabric of the top, because I agree, the top fabric is nice. If he would have did it in a flowy shirt, even a flowy tank top, if he just wanted a jacket, because he was saying she wants to go from day to night or whatever, even if he just had to do a jacket, give that like a flowy tank top type of shirt, and then put a camisole, like a one of those crop jackets instead of a long jacket. Like, I don't know, it just he just didn't do it with this one. This just wasn't it.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Wow.
No. Oh, someone much better at Scato. No, I'm not going to. No. Were you going to score it? We could go back.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
Okay. Kato, so much better.
This jacket was everything. I love the way the jacket buttoned up here, had a little keyhole and buttoned up in the middle. Oh, and then you saw the little peekaboo of that green. Oh, it was so good. This is an outfit that you could wear day to night. She could wear the jacket in the office, take it off. It's still acceptable in the office. She could wear the dress separately if she wanted to. She could take that jacket and save it for a whole nother outfit. But this piece is so functional and multifaceted that I love it. This jacket could be with this outfit or not. But this green dress with this belt is, I love how Kato was like, I love that I can do this because I'm the hip mom and I can still be that kind of hip mom to a 20. She's like, at this point in time, she had a 4-year-old and her 4-year-old loved her style. And now if she would have had a 20-year-old.
That was my favorite part of the episode when she was like, she was talking about her daughter. I was like, I hope we get to hear more about her daughter when she comes back for season 20.
Oh,
when we cover it in like 3 years.
We hear a lot. It's so good. But it was just like, this whole look was so good to me. I was like, I love it. This was my favorite. I like Jarrell's look. I really did love Jarrell's look. But this was my favorite because the jacket looked expensive. The pieces of this outfit could be put together or taken apart, and it still would have been so good. She could put this jacket on with a white tank and some jeans and some boots, and it would have been a whole beautiful another outfit, and then just wear this green dress by itself, and it still would have been great.
It feels very all seasons also.
Yes.
Like you were saying, Lana, you can kind of take bits and pieces of this. Like you could do like a longer dress underneath with this jacket with the belt and like have it be like a just like change out the dress. Or this could be a very, very easy summer dress, just take the belt off. Or like
put on a pair of black leggings if you just want to, just underneath the dress. So good.
Or like the jacket, a simple top, leggings. Like you could just, like all of. Maybe Couture was my favorite. I don't know. Scores
90. No, you know what? Period.
All right. I'm
gonna give it to my buddy. I'm
gonna give her the same score I gave Jarrell, which was a 93. Because I can't decide between the two, honestly. I think both of them could have won. Either of them could have won. Maybe both of them should have both collectively won. There was only one L ad, so I guess whatever. But next up is Suede. Now I gotta be honest, I don't hate this.
Me either.
But it's the way that they sold it to the judges was the problem. Because she's a photographer.
Yes.
Sell this as, oh, this is my professional look when I go shoot weddings. That's all you needed to do. And I think it sells it, honestly. Because they were like, I wouldn't see a photographer caught dead in this. And it's like, okay, well, if you're a wedding, I don't know if that's what the gig she was going for necessarily. But if you just need to sell something to the judges, be like, oh, well, this was kind of my interpretation. If she was doing like a wedding look, if she was photographing a wedding, she still wanted it to be fun and flirty, but still look a little professional, which is why I had the jacket. I don't think the jacket necessarily works with this. I didn't personally love the jacket with it, but the dress on its own, I don't mind.
I like the dress on its own. I think she looks beautiful in the dress on its own. The jacket itself just seems a little, but I like the dress.
And like it might also be the pattern. I really do like this pattern.
Agreed.
Scores.
83.
87. Because even the coat is still well constructed. With the flares. The flares on the. I'll give it an 86. I forgot about the flares. I forgot about the flares. But I like this so much more than the judges did, and I was like,
yeah, me too. Me too.
Logan was shocked that Suede was in the bottom.
Lana was also shocked that Suede was in the bottom.
Because this rightfully was in the bottom.
This should have been in the bottom.
Yeah. I thought she was, wasn't she? Yeah, she was low. She was low for this.
Yeah, this was not that. Her jacket, again, the dress by itself would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah, because this was the kindergarten teacher.
Yeah, she was a teacher.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get it. You're trying to cover it up, but she ain't wearing this jacket all day because whatever gets hot in the class. So she's trying to move around. And if she's kindergarten, she definitely needs to be able to move freely and get down on the floor and, do that type of thing. I feel like this jacket just made it look too frumpy when it didn't need to be.
Yeah, it's the superfluous jacket, as they were kind of talking about throughout the episode. Like, with this look, I would have loved something a bit more like a cardigan with it. That feels a bit more teacher than, like, I would have loved just gray cardigan. Maybe include a little bit of this, like, mauve fabric that she's got on in the middle of the bustier situation. But, like, and then that would have been a very easy thing. Like, those could also be a bit more mix and match, like what we had with Kato's look. So I don't hate the jacket as a concept. I think the draping of it is strange, but it's one of those, honestly, one of those rare Leanne misses. Where she just she got it, but she just added a bit too much of trying to make it look like something she made. So, guys.
73.
70.
Okay.
70. Okay. And last up is Kenley.
I don't hate the dress. I'm just tired of seeing it from Kenley. I
am too.
My problem with Kenley is, well, we saw that we're starting to see the decline of Kenley. But, like, even when Tim is trying to tell her something, she's like, I don't do it, whatever Tim says. Like, why is he here? Like, he's here to help. And if you listen to him more often, maybe you'll find yourself not in the bottom or not ever winning. Like, it's just, it's silly things. And then she ends up still doing what Tim told her to do. Because we don't see the tulle hanging off the bottom of the dress like it was before.
And it made it so much better. It gave it enough volume.
Yes.
Without it looking matronly.
Absolutely.
I am also tired of the Kenley dress. But, you know, for this challenge, given that this is what this girl likes, like, I get it. She leaned right into where she was comfortable because that's what her client wanted. And she probably would have done that regardless. So
yeah, I'm about to say this was a dress she was gonna make anyways. I don't think it matter what the client wanted or not. I think we were gonna get a Kenley dress regardless. But it's fine. It's fine. It's made well.
Yep.
I'll give it a 70 like I would do any Kenley dress. That is I.
I'll also give it a 70.
Sure.
I didn't even have to ask for your score that time, Lana. Wow.
No. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
For the second challenge in a row, Jarrell wins. It could have been Jarrell. It could have been Cato.
Should have been Cato for me, but I understand. I'm not mad at Jarrell winning this one either.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Our bottoms here end up being Suede and Joe with Leanne as the low. And we say goodbye to Joe. And it was very deserved.
It was deserved. It was time for him to go on that one.
It was time for him to leave.
It was time. Look, once we start getting his backstory and his phone call with his kids, I was like, oop, Joe going home.
I was like, bye.
Like, bye, Joe. Sorry.
Bye, Joe.
See you later.
I hope you found your kids at home where they were.
Yeah.
But that is that. This was a longer one than normal. We had a lot to say. Oh, goodness. Well, we will be back next week. We are back on our weekly trend, at least for right now. We've got 2 more podcast episodes that we're going to be doing for season 5 of Project Runway. We might dive right into season 6. I don't know.
Who knows? We'll see.
We haven't decided, but we've got more Project Runway coming for you and other fabulous TV content over here. So make sure to subscribe, like, and share on your way out. Thank you so much for joining us. Let us know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. Make sure to check out the description for all of our YouTube channels, our audio podcast links, and our membership channel links, as well as where you can find us on social media at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You could go follow me and Lana as well. And you could go get your merch, including my Unlimited 2-cup mug down there as well. With that being said, we are going to get out of here. Cheers.
Cheers.
In fashion, one day you're in, and the next day you're out. And we are out.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Make it work, designers.